You deserve for your restaurant job to be fulfilling and rewarding and give you the most money possible. But a hard truth I've learned about the restaurant business is that there's no such thing as a promotion. Oftentimes, if you want better for yourself, it's about finding a better environment for you to do your job in. If you're on that path or looking to level up, I'm going to help you today by getting your resume in order, showing you where to look for job opportunities, how to approach applying, and what to expect out of your interview. Let's get started. First, let's get your resume dialed in. Your server resume should be one page, one sided, but filled in as efficiently as you can. Now, studies show that people tend to look at resumes in the shape of the letter F. So this means the first paragraph, the second paragraph, and down the left-hand column. So we want to maximize the amount of information that we're putting into those key places. I like the first paragraph to be a brief overview of who you are, what your approach to restaurants is, and what you think your biggest strengths are. The second paragraph is great for skills and achievements that aren't tied to any particular restaurant. If you have any certifications like ServSafe or responsible alcohol service, definitely put those there. If you have any wine, beer, or spirit certifications, add those in too. And feel free to put things like what POS systems you're familiar with. From there, we'll list out the jobs that you've worked, starting with the most recent first. Now, when listing these jobs, the trap that people tend to fall into is focusing too much on what they do and not enough on what they know. Regardless of the caliber of restaurant that you work in, you're going to greet tables, upsell, and anticipate your guest needs. So putting that on there just shows that you're doing your job, but doesn't add anything extra to your resume. Instead, focus on what you know. Things like your last restaurant. What type of food did they serve? What style of service did they use? Were there verbal nightly features or any tableside presentations? Did they have a large wine list or were they focused on a particular region? Was it high volume or a slower paced restaurant? These aspects show what type of spots you're comfortable in and therefore what you're going to be most successful in as well. With your resume all polished up, it's time to start applying. But where to look for these opportunities? All the normal channels still apply: LinkedIn, Indeed, Craigslist, but I want to add a couple more to that list. Hari.com and Culinary Agents both have job boards dedicated to service and hospitality. A lot of bigger cities will have Facebook groups for servers and bartenders, and the word of mouth in there can help you find job opportunities even before they get posted. Always keep an eye out for new openings as well. Eater.com is a restaurant review site, but they keep close tabs on openings and closings. Getting in on the ground floor of something can be a great opportunity, and it often comes with less seniority and politics. Whatever job you're looking for, make sure you're leveling up at least one aspect. It might be the price point of the menu, the caliber of the service that they offer, the volume of the guests served, or the base pay and the benefits. This will keep your career moving forward one step at a time. A lot of restaurants have moved to online applications and hiring, and we want to be respectful of that, but the traditional approach still works well in a lot of cases. So check online first to see if they have an application available, and if they do, fill it out in its entirety. Once you've done that, or if they don't have an online application, it's time to go into the restaurant. Now, restaurants can be a higher turnover business. You might find that one day they're not hiring at all, but the next day that same restaurant could be desperate for somebody as soon as possible. So have that mentality when you walk in that you might get turned away, but you might get interviewed on the spot as well. To maximize your chance of walking straight into that interview, here are a couple things to keep in mind. Definitely dress the part. Look at the uniform for the position that you're applying for and pick an outfit that's just a little bit more formal than that. Or when in doubt, match the dress of the managers at the restaurant. Be sure to bring a couple copies of your resume with you and always bring your own pen. Now, going into the restaurant should be at off-peak hours because no one is getting hired at 7 p.m. on a Saturday. For most restaurants, this is 2 to 4 in the afternoon, Monday through Thursday. If it's a breakfast and lunch restaurant, you can go either right near the end of the day, maybe 1:30, or you can go in between the meal periods around 10 or 11 a.m. Biggest thing to remember is that this is a hospitality business, and your strength is turning strangers quickly into friends. And that's not just for the hiring manager, but everyone you meet in that restaurant as well. So take the opportunity to let your personality shine. Restaurant interviews are pretty standard, and you hear a lot of the same questions over and over again. From the classic, tell me a little about yourself, to tell me about a time that you had a difficult experience with a guest and how you made it better. Expect to answer questions about your availability. Maybe what were the best and worst aspects of your previous job, or why did you choose to apply here? So have answers to those questions ready to go so that you can deliver them with confidence. Most interviews will end with the manager asking if you have any questions for them. And this is your opportunity to see if the restaurant is going to be a good fit for you. Now, you can definitely ask about expected income, but if you're not comfortable with that, you can also ask what a server's sales might be on an average shift. You can ask about tip distribution or if they're a pooled house. You can ask about scheduling, training, or benefits like health insurance and 401k. You can also be proactive and ask questions like, what are the qualities of your top performing servers that you look for in a new hire? Just don't be so bold as to ask, well, when do I start? Crucially, ask the manager when you can expect to hear back and grab their business card too. If they don't follow up with you in the time that they've suggested is fair, feel free to make that phone call or shoot off an email to check in with them and see how the process is going. There are still managers out there who will straight up ghost you. And a lot of online applications will go unanswered for weeks or months. But please don't get discouraged because the job that you deserve is out there, and now you have the tools to go find it.